Mitt Romney was recently on stage in Tampa with Donald Trump and Sheriff Arpaio, and he's proud to have their endorsements. And those two are two very well-known birthers, obviously. But he went a little farther today in Michigan. Listen to what he said.
I love being home in this place where Ann and I were raised, where both of us were born. Ann was born at Henry Ford Hospital. I was born at Harper Hospital. No one's ever asked to see my birth certificate. They know that this is the place that we were born and raised.
The courage of Mitt Romney, huh?
Yeah, keeping it classy.
Yes.
Okay, so his whole campaign has been going further and further right. And of course, Rush Limbaugh today loved it. Finally rallied Rush to his side. And he said, right on, right on, right on, right? And, you know, it's interesting because even earlier in this campaign, when one of his sons did a joke about birtherism, he had to apologize. He had to take it back, etc. Now here's Mitt Romney himself appealing to that base and saying, oh, you know, we were born here. Yeah, I know, jackass, and we also know Obama was born here. He produced the short form, the long form, the mid form. What else? What other forms do you need? I mean, for him to go this low, and I think what it is, Jimmy, is that since the Democrats have been much tougher this campaign than they have been historically over the last 20, 30 years, you know, my prediction on that was that the Republicans were going to try to fight back. But since they're already in crazy land, that if they go harsher, that they were going to seem like total lunatics, right? And so, like, I think that they're in their bubbles so much that they don't get that, yes, you'll get your Republicans like jazzed up with the birther talk, but that 70% of the country will think you're really crazy. Not like, hey, we disagree, but like it's like Mitt Romney's out there saying, like, you know, we didn't land on the moon, right?
Well, he was trying to make sure that Orly Tates was in his corner. He doesn't want to lose her for this election because she's got a big constituency, right? That's what it's amazing that like when Harry Reid just kept saying this stuff about they're not ready for that. How dare he do this? This guy's a McCarthy, and these guys can't stop doing it. Meanwhile, you know, he's on stage with Donald Trump and calling somebody else McCarthy, which is just the craziest thing to me. Yet they get away with it because they're held to a different standard.
Yeah, and this is, you know, it's out of bounds in not the sense that, like, I'm outraged by it, like, oh my God, a Republican's a birther. Oh, we're talking about Obama's birth certificate, trying to paint him as a foreigner and an other, partly because he's black, partly because his name is Barack Obama. Oh my God, I would have never guessed that. I am shocked and chagrined. No, it's just out of bounds in terms of if you're running for president and you are so far to the right or any extreme. I mean, it's almost like a candidate coming out and saying, well, you know, OJ didn't do it, right? like weird, crazy conspiracy theories that we're no longer tethered to the factual world.
And can I give a tip, you know, as a comedian? Comedy is kind of the purview of the working man, right? Because people who are rich, you don't need comedy. You don't need that release or comfort, right? That's people with pain need that. So if you happen to be a billionaire born into privilege with a smile like a warped tin can and a wife who teaches horses to dance, maybe you don't try comedy on the campaign trail.